Hey everyone, and welcome. You know that feeling when you're trying to describe something that's, well, just holding everything back? Something that's slowing the whole process down? Well, Indonesian has a fantastic way to talk about this. And today, we're going to absolutely master the concept of being a drag on another. And a huge welcome to all of our Indonesian language learners here at Motecher channel. We're so glad you're here, and our whole goal is to make this journey not just easier, but way more fun. So, you ready to add a really powerful new phrase to your vocabulary? I promise, by the end of this quick explainer, you're not only going to understand what it means, but you'll know exactly how to use it with confidence. All right, let's get into it. Okay, first things first. Before we see this idiom out in the wild, we have to understand its core meaning. So what does it actually mean when you say something is a drag on another? So in Indonesian, it's defined like this. Sesuatu atau seseorang yang menjadi beban, hambatan, atau penghalang. Now what that means is it's something, or even someone, that becomes a burden, an obstacle, or a hindrance. The two key words to really remember here are beban, which means burden, and hambatan, which means hindrance. At the end of the day, this whole idea is about something that just slows things down, you know? It holds back progress. And you can think about this in pretty much any situation. We're talking economics, a project at work, even a personal relationship. If it's getting in the way, it's a drag. All right, enough with the theory. Let's put this into practice. Our first example is from the world of economics, which is actually a perfect place to see how this whole burden or drag idea works on a really big scale. Okay, here is a fantastic example sentence in Indonesian. Listen closely. Utang yang menumpuk bisa menjadi beban bagi pertumbuhan ekonomi dan menjadi penghambat bagi yang lain. I want you to pay special attention to that last word, penghambat. So, what does that mean in English? It translates to piling debt can become a burden on economic growth and a drag on others. This is such a classic example, right? You can almost picture a country's massive debt literally, physically dragging down its ability to grow. Let's just quickly break down the keywords here. You've got utang for debt and pertumbuhan for growth. But what's really interesting is how the sentence uses both beban, the burden, and penghambat, the hindrance. Using them together really drives home that negative impact. Okay, so we've seen it on a huge national level. Now let's bring it right into the office. This idea is just as useful, just as powerful in a professional setting. So here's our next scenario in Indonesian. Dia merasa bahwa kurangnya motivasi tim menjadi penghambat bagi keberhasilan proyek. And yep, there it is again, that key word, penghambat. And that translates to, he felt that the team's lack of motivation was a drag on the project's success. Now, what I love about this example is that the drag isn't something physical, like debt. It's something you can't touch. It's a feeling. A lack of motivation can be just as heavy, just as much of a burden on a team. And the new words here, incredibly useful for any professional situation. Keberhasilan is a great word for success. And you can see how kurangnya motivasi is a direct translation of lack of motivation. Seriously, these are practical terms you can start using tomorrow. All right, let's boil this all down to what really matters. If you want to master this idea, it really just comes down to a few key words. This is your big takeaway. So, the crucial point is this. When you hear that English phrase, a drag, I want you to think of these three Indonesian words, beban, hambatan, and penghalang. They all circle around that same core idea of a burden, an obstacle, or a hindrance. If you can get these words into your head, you've totally unlocked the meaning of this idiom. And there you have it. Thank you so much for learning with us here at Motish Car Channel. Keep practicing this phrase, and I promise you'll be sounding more natural in no time at all. But now it's your turn. What's an Indonesian phrase that has you totally stumped? Go ahead and let us know in the comments. We might just break it down in our next explainer. See you then!
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.